Heyo! Nice weather we're having. My name's Rufin. That's not my real name, but the best name that I came up with. As you can probably hear by the way I talk, I have an accent. Accents originate from a person's unique exposure to a language during formative years, influenced by geographical location. So what geographical location am I from? Latvia. A country that exists. Where? There. Right next to Lithuania and Estonia. All three countries are located at the Baltic Sea, they are part of the European Union, and they all speak their own language. Since this video is about where I'm from, I'm only gonna talk about Latvia, although there may be some mentions of the other two countries. So yeah, I'm from Latvia. Esmu latvietis, es runāju latviešu valodā, and I'm not very good at it. I never really grew up there. I have only lived in the country for like 6 years during my childhood. I've been to other countries like Norway for 3 years, then I was in Canada for almost 10 years, and then I was in the Dominican Republic for 9 months, and then I returned to Latvia for almost a year. It was awful, one of the worst times of my life. So me and my mother moved out to Germany, which is where we are living in right now for almost 3 years. Because of everything that I just explained, it's the reason how I understand other languages like English, a bit of French, and now a bit of German. I used to speak Norwegian, but not anymore unfortunately. Last time I spoke Norwegian was when I was like 8 years old. As for my native language, the only reason I still know it, it's because I speak Latvian with my relatives. Apart from that, I have no real reason to speak the language. I'm more fluent in English than Latvian, and that doesn't bother me whatsoever. So, the Latvian language. If you ever think about learning it, do yourself a favor, don't. It's a very difficult language to learn, and there isn't really a point in learning it, simply because Latvian is only spoken in one country. It's not like how German is used in 6 countries, or how Spanish is used in 20 countries, or how French is used in 29 countries, or how English is used in 58 to 67 countries. Latvian is only spoken in Latvia, and nowhere else. Google's AI overview says that Latvian is similar to Lithuanian, but it's not, because my mom said so. Ow. What is Latvia known for? Well, in Europe, they're known for their Art Nouveau architecture. They got nice buildings in Riga, which is the country's capital city. There's a monument called the Freedom Monument. It commemorates the soldiers who died in the Latvian War of Independence, and symbolizes the country's independence and I can't say the dang word.
Sovereignty.
I don't know what it is, but whenever I'm trying to record voice lines, I always struggle to speak. I don't know what's wrong with me. If I showed you this footage, and this footage, would you notice a difference? I wouldn't be surprised if you said no, but there is an actual difference between the two. They're 2 different cities from 2 different countries. I was born in Riga, but I never lived there. According to my mom, I did briefly live in the city when I was very young, but I have no memory of that. If you ever plan on traveling to Latvia, I highly recommend you go out to a supermarket and buy yourself some kartums. They are a glazed curd snack, and they are really delicious. They come in many flavors. I don't understand why, but they don't sell them outside of the country. I can't even find them in Germany. You need to go find an Eastern European store that sells a bunch of stuff that aren't found elsewhere. And they're not easy to come by. When it comes to food, majority of the stuff that they eat are from other Eastern European countries, so I don't think there's a point in talking about it. But we do have some Latvian snacks like the previously mentioned kartums, and a whole bunch of different kinds of snacks from a company called Laima. Their line of snacks are actually pretty good. What else is there that I can talk about? There's a movie that came out a couple months ago called Flow. It is an animated film about a cat that survives a flood and befriends other animals. It won an Oscar for Best Animated Feature Film. I recommend you give it a watch if movies like that interest you. Do you like sports? I don't really care for sports. They really love hockey. It's very much their national sport. Back in 2023, they finished in 3rd place. Germany finished 2nd, and Canada finished 1st. It was a really big deal. During that time, I was on my way to Germany. Latvia also has a well-known music band called Brainstorm. They're a well-known Latvian pop-rock band. They participated in Eurovision back in the year 2000 and did really well. They made songs not only in Latvian, but also in English as well. In Latvia, we have a special day called Name Day. It's exactly like birthdays, but instead of celebrating your age, it's a day where you're celebrating your name. When is that day exactly? That depends on what your name is. People's names are marked on the Latvian calendar, so if your name is, for example, Jānis, then your name day is on the 24th of June. Which is a perfect transition to the next thing that's worth bringing up when talking about Latvia. There's a holiday that's celebrated called Jāņu. What is it about? Well, Jāņu, also known as Jāņi, is the Latvian celebration of the summer solstice, which takes place on June 24th. The festival honors the longest day of the year with traditions like building bonfires, gathering flowers for wreaths, singing songs, and eating traditional foods like Jāņu cheese and beer. It is the biggest holiday in Latvia, and is deeply rooted in pagan traditions, honoring fertility and the sun. Yes, I did just read Google's AI overview. I didn't know how else to explain it. And I don't really care. It is a day where people have a party outside and get wasted on alcohol. I have celebrated it with my parents, but those times are over. And since I don't live in Latvia anymore, and have no intentions of ever returning there ever again, I have no real reason to celebrate it. I'm sorry, I have nothing against it, but that's just how I feel. So, that's all I've got to talk about. I hope you learned something new from watching this video. If you want to hear more from me, you can follow me on Blue Sky and Instagram. If you happen to see me on other places like TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or any other social media platforms, then that's not me. If it is me, then I would announce it in a video or make a community post on YouTube. If you're new here and enjoyed this video, then go check out my last 3 videos that I've made, if you haven't already. Videos like this takes time to make, and if it involves drawing, then it can take even more time. I'm a new artist. It's something I only just started doing at the beginning of last year, and I've got a lot to learn still. I'm on a 2-week break from my German integration course, so I'm prioritizing my time in finishing this video. And I'm glad that it's finally done. If you got some stories that you want to share about your own nationality, feel free to do so in the comment section below to start a discussion. Just please be nice. I'll be heading out right now. I've got some German homework to do, and I've got to do some planning for my next video. So I'll see you next time. Whenever that will happen.